Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Common Good Podcast. Doug Padgett here, along with Robb Ryerse. Doug Padgett right here from Minneapolis, Minnesota area. And I was this weekend squirreled away just outside of Fayetteville, Arkansas with Robb Ryerse, where he finds himself right now. So we had a great time supporting this very fine candidate down there. And we're a little blurry-eyed, frankly. I mean, we were working all the way through yesterday morning, Friday to yesterday morning, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, just feeling like, wow, I'm a little tired and, more than a little tired, and haven't quite gotten my groove back yet. But man, what a great weekend, a lot of fun.
Yeah, remind the good people what we did, Robb. It was so impressive.
Yeah. So we had the Faith, Family, and Freedom Tour. We did 9 events in 3 days in 6 counties, 9 different cities across Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley, Arkansas's 3rd congressional districts, telling the good folks of Arkansas's 3rd district that they have a choice when it comes to who they can vote for. And they have the opportunity to send Steve Womack and his dim little light out of Washington, D.C. and replace it with me.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun. Doug was here. Dan was here. My wife Vanessa was along for part of the tour. My friend
multiple
Scott
justices of the peace.
Yeah,
you would have thought we were in,
we had
dusty town in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we had local candidates. We had state representatives. We had former gubernatorial candidate and maybe himself a congressional candidate.
There you go.
Oh, he's not saying that publicly yet. Chris Jones, just a real wonderful time. We had a great time. Really wonderful folks all over the district. And when you do 9 events in 3 days, 2 on Friday night, 5 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday afternoon. It's a lot.
There was a lot going on. There were a lot of balls in the air.
Yeah. But couldn't have done it without you, Doug, and without Dan. And man, appreciate you guys so much.
Well, you bet. It was fabulous. And every time we do these, we come up with a little new material. Robb's working on a new explanation of why he's the right candidate. I got to come up with a new little line about congressional candidates or congressional representatives needing to come around every 2 years and ask the good people of the district if they want a refill. Do you just want that again? You want another? Yeah. You want another glass of that? We got the all you can eat fries here. You want another basket of this greasy old thing that Congressman Steve Womack has to say? And so I find that to be quite enjoyable, actually.
Yeah, that's a good line.
I'll tell you, it's always good to be out with the good people. It's always good to be out with the actual voters and people walking by in the streets and doing the.
Yep.
They often call it retail politics or press the flesh politics, this kind of thing, which, for Trump and his crowd, that means something totally different. But it means you're getting out and you're engaging with people. Because, you can write a lot of emails, you can send a lot of text messages, you can put the greatest platform on your website. Yep. You can run, award-winning podcasts like this one. But getting out and talking to the people straight away, having to say it right to their faces with other people around, that's the real deal. And
and it was really fun being in, at times in, public, all of the events really in public spaces. Mm-hmm. And I, thinking about the event here in Springdale in particular, where we were in a public space that was right off like the main downtown street, and people just walking up, listening for a few minutes, sign in the paper like, hey, I want to learn more and be on this, and then move on their way, keep going with their evening, not staying for the whole thing. It just was like there was a bunch of those people, and that was watching people, as I was speaking, watching people kind of stop and listen, and then walk away, and then come back, sign in, then leave again, and so like that was really fun. It was great.
We put it out in our email over the weekend, and maybe if people are listening now, I've already seen this. And if you've not seen our email, if you're not on the 3-time-a-week Vote Common Good update, the little dose of common goodery. Go over to votecommongood.com and sign up for the email. We stay in touch. We talk about the stuff we're doing. We tell stories. It's really, I don't know. I think it's great. I think you should, if you look, if you're at all watching this, you should be on our email. And every time we give people a chance to donate, let me just be clear about something. We give people a chance to donate every time. And sometimes we tell them about our financial situation and needs because that's what people sometimes want to know. But you don't have to donate every time. It's okay. You know, Rob, I'm a man who spent a lot of time going to church. I've been a pastor for a long time. I've been in a lot of church services. I've sat through a lot of church services. There are some people, I guess, who get paid weekly, and that's fairly rare now. I mean, some people get paid every other week. Some people get paid twice a month, which is not the same thing, come to find out. Some people get paid once a month. Some people, get paid daily, whatever. You go to church, and every week at a lot of churches, they take an offering. But you may have given last week to your church contribution.
Yeah.
Which
your
means
monthly,
the next 3, you're just letting it pass on by. Letting it roll on by.
No guilt, no problem, no.
You don't have to say, I'm sorry, I don't have anything this week. It's okay. So you may donate once a year to Vote Common Good, and then you're going to get, 150 other emails that you're like, oh, I've already done. It's A-okay. It's sort of how it works. I guess it would be like going to your health club, and some people have their dues come out on the 1st and the 5th, and some people on the 15th, and some people on the 30th, whatever. Like, you don't have to respond to every one of those like you personally are being asked for money. We're asking the collective, the thousands, 40,000 plus people on our email list. That's who we're asking. So get on the list. Anyway, we'd love for you to. But we tell the story of a couple of people that we met at one of the events who had voted always for Republicans because of their Christian faith.
Yep. This was an event that we did in Bentonville, Arkansas, which you might be familiar with. You drive down the highway and you see a big truck going by with Walmart on it, and it will say Bentonville, Arkansas, because that's where the home of Walmart is, the largest retailers in the world. And we did a little event by Lake Bentonville, and this couple, they happened to be from Rogers, which is a neighboring town, but they came in and sat down. We had never met them before. I had never met them before, and hearing their story, I was like, oh, you got to talk to Doug. He loves these kinds of stories.
I live for this. Yeah. And look, and they told me that we could share their story. So we shared it in the email. I'm sharing it now with their permission and their encouragement, actually. And one of the things the man said, he goes, look, I've got an autoimmune disease. I get real anxiety when I'm out in public. It's not good. It's not good for my health. It's not good for
He was wearing a hat that said, I came, I got anxious, I left.
Yeah. And I said, and yet you're at a political rally with a religious emphasis on it, like right in the heartbeat. He goes, yeah, that's how important this is for me. Yeah. Look, anybody who shows up to a political event in August of 2025 for a campaign in November of 2026, either these are very diligent planners or these are people who are really committed. And that's the kind of people that you drew out at these events. So here are these people who voted for Trump in 2016 because of their Christian faith. Talked about it explicitly. Yep. And they said, now because of my Christian faith, I cannot support the guy and I'm here to support a Democrat. We love that story because they are not the only ones. There are millions of people like this. Don't give up and keep giving people a chance. Keep giving them a chance to show up somewhere. The great thing about that event for those folks, Rob, was that they got to look around at another group of people, a couple of folks who don't really like getting out in the crowds, but they looked around at the other group of people and said, we have an us. We can be a part of this thing together. And man, it just goes a long way.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to talk a little bit about Lisa Murkowski. She's a senator from Alaska.
Yeah.
And how she tried to strike a deal on the big, beautiful bill. We'll get to that in a minute. But first, if people looked at the description already and not just the thumbnail, which I don't mind if you just look at the thumbnail, it takes me and ChatGPT a couple of minutes to put those together each time. So I don't mind if you enjoy them. We have a big announcement here on the podcast.
Oh.
And
I don't know. We play the game where I show a video and Doug hasn't seen it before. I don't know what the announcement is.
Yeah.
Am I being replaced?
Robb Ryerse apparently has other things to do, and so, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the other co-host. No, not at all. So call your family, call your friends, start sharing the feed around. The big announcement is coming. Do you remember when Forrest Gump movie came out? Like 1999? Does that sound about right? Is that maybe somebody in the chat? Maybe somebody in the chat can tell us when did.
That feels late, but I don't know.
Oh, you think it was like early 90s or middle 90s?
Yeah, keep talking. I'll find
if somebody look it up in the chat and let us know. They just did these like, it's coming.
94.
94. See if you can look up what the billboard campaigns were for that movie. It was something like Forrest is coming, like with no real context of what it was at all. It was that kind of early viral marketing where they were just announcing that, the big announcements, the big thing you didn't even know you were waiting for is about to come. Well, that's how this
Gump
announcement
happens.
Is. Gump happens.
Is that
Maybe.
Gump? I'm looking at a billboard that says Gump happens July 6th.
July 6th. Okay, yeah, that kind of thing, right? It's just July 6th, 1994. How do you like that? Good weekend. Holiday weekend to release a big blockbuster like that. Tom Hanks knows what he's up to, that fella. But I want you to get all the friends around. I want you to get all the people around for the big announcement.
Sure.
Hey, since 2017, we've been doing Vote Common Good podcast type things. Events in 2018 started on the road. Actually, even the precursor to Vote Common Good, we were doing some live streams. And in nearly every one of those, I would say every, but I want, we always want to check our facts around here. Somebody could say there was one that this didn't happen. I wear this hat. Or a replica of this hat. This hat or a replica. I have them stashed around. One stays in the bus.
Oh, I suddenly know because I heard you say something in my car related to this hat.
One travels. And I have wondered over these 8+ years, would there be a day where a second hat could join the outfit, the podcast, the live stream, the television appearance? And I'll tell you what, friends, this hat has served a purpose well beyond what I ever would have imagined. It is remembered by reporters, by candidates, by friends and family alike. It's just iconic.
You're the tall guy in the blue fedora.
Tall guy in the blue fedora. Technically, it's a Trimbley. It's okay.
Yeah, but listen, when I'm talking to a candidate and I'm like not going to be at an event, and I'll say, "Well, you got to find Doug. He's the tall guy in the blue fedora."
It works, baby. I was
every time.
I was walking down New York City, flew into New York City for one day, one quick meeting. Was going to leave. I think I got in the morning, was leaving that night. Walking in the middle of the afternoon. 6th Avenue.
Yeah.
Where I couldn't shoot someone and get away with it, but I could walk down that street and hear my name shouted from a car from the street. A busy, I'm walking in a busy sidewalk. I turn to look and see that it's my very own sister who lives in Queens.
Amazing.
Sees my 6'7" frame bouncing this big old hat down the road.
Amazing.
So look, I won't be buried in it, but I'm going to wear the hat a lot. But then I thought, what could there ever be another hat that could fit the bill? What hat would fit the bill? And I'm here to tell you today that I found that hat.
Oh wow.
And I'm going to wear it on the podcast. I don't know if I'll wear it every time. I don't know if I'll go back and forth to this one. I've really got myself in a predicament now because, look, like a lot of people who wear a uniform, it's kind of nice not to have choices. I usually wear a blue denim shirt, either long sleeve or short sleeve, this pair of red pants, and this hat, and that's it. I don't think about it. I just pack that stuff. I put it on. I come downstairs here into the studio at Peacedale Avenue, and I put the hat on, and I'm ready to go. I'd like to introduce to you.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Second hat.
This is so exciting.
Here it is, Rob.
All
right.
Oh, wow. Oh, it's the bill.
The schoolhouse rock.
I love it.
I'm just a bill hat. I got suckered in, Rob, to one of those little Facebook ad things and saw this hat on there and thought, yeah, a Schoolhouse Rock, I'm just a Bill. And I thought, at least on the Common Good podcast when we're here, maybe in an occasional live appearance, maybe if you need to tone it down a little from the more formal and now, if you're ready to unsubscribe from the channel, if you're ready to drop away because you're just like, I don't know where this whole thing is going, I understand. I get it.
Yeah.
Here's what I love about this hat and this whole little character. I could sing the song for you right now that I'm just a Bill, I'm only a Bill, and I'm sitting here on Capitol Hill. You know what I love about it is it's got the name Bill on a button because, as it turns out, we don't get to vote for the actual bills.
Right.
We get to vote for the actual bill if their name is Bill. We vote for the person. So I just love everything about it. I like the way it looks. I like the way it fits. And I thought it's kind of a political hat with a wink. And
I like it.
And that's how I think about this hat. So anyway, all right. All right. Okay. All right.
Here we go.
Bryce says, I correctly predicted that Trump would pick. He's given us bona fides. J.D. Vance as running mate, and I predicted Trump victory against Kamala Harris. Now I'm predicting that Gavin Newsom will be our president in 2028. Bryce Cooley, take your predictions.
Bryce, listen, I just want to congratulate you for going out on a limb there.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Well,
Look,
it's not like Gavin Newsom isn't currently the front runner, is it?
But there are not only others. He's
many
not only
a
predicting
slip between the cup and the lip is
Bryce is not only
grandma and you say, Doug.
Yeah, the two people you know with that joke. Bryce is not only saying that Gavin Newsom will be the nominee, which I guess is presumed in this, but he's saying he will be the next president.
Yeah.
Now, technically, he's going to be the next president in 2029, January 2029, but he's going to be the president-elect in 2028. It's what Bryce says. I've been there a long time. I thought Gavin Newsom has it locked down all the way around. And then started thinking about this Pritzker. Yeah. And I also think Andy Bashir has a real chance. I think it's one of those three at this point. And
I will tell you this about Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom has not just been out there in public. He's not just been on the Joe Rogan show and that kind of stuff. He has also traveled to red states and done events quietly with Democratic parties in red states.
Yep.
I know this because he's been here to Arkansas. And there's a lot of and he has invested money through his PAC in Democratic infrastructure in red states, something that a lot of people get frustrated with the Democratic Party nationally, that they just, ignore. Yeah. And he has done that. And he has not just positioned himself publicly as the candidate, the front runner. He has done a lot of work, as they say, currying favor amongst Democratic Party activists by showing up and through investing, which is exactly like this is not a criticism. It's just nobody else has done that.
Yeah, by being a party leader, by saying, I not only want to be the governor, I not only want to voice for the constituents that I represent in California, I want to represent the party, and I want to travel about and represent the party. Look, when somebody's going to run for the nomination for their party, the way that works is by asking delegates, people who have been delegated by the party, to make the selection on their behalf. Delegates come in a lot of different ways and forms and how they become it. Some of those delegates are
elected.
Some of those delegates are influenced by the vote that you put in the primary. But they can vote in some states for anyone they want as a delegate, and some are bound to vote for whomever the primary voters voted for by the majority. So we do this differently. But the way it works is that you say to the party, Democratic Party, Green Party, Libertarian Party, the MAGA Party, you say to them, I want to be your representative. And you don't say that to all the people of the state. If you're running for governor or you're running for president, you say that to the delegates. And you say, I want to have your party endorsement. And here's why I would be the good person for your party endorsement. I'm a Democrat. I care about these issues. I'm a Democrat. I want this to happen for our party. I'm a Democrat. This is what I've done in my past. I'm a Democrat. And then every once in a while, you get someone who comes along who says, I'm not a Democrat, and I want your party endorsement. I don't work with your party anywhere. I don't give your party my allegiance. They don't give them they don't give anything to me. I don't take their name. I don't give them my allegiance. And sometimes those people want to be the nominee for a national party. It's tough to do.
Yeah.
It's tough to do when you're not a member of the party. So Gavin Newsom, J.D. Pritzker, Andy Beshear, these people and a bunch of others, some senators, some average ordinary people are going to say, here's why I want the nomination. Some of those people are going to be in the Democratic Party. Some of them are not going to be. And what Gavin Newsom has done is proven that he wants to work for the party. I think Pritzker's done the same. I actually think Andy Beshear has done the same. So that's how it goes. We don't have two elections for president. We don't do a popular vote for the nomination and then another one for the presidency. You use two different systems, a primary system to elect your nominee and then a general election system. You have to be successful at both. There's a long subtext in there that we won't get to.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, someone who was successful at doing this very thing is a guy named Donald Trump. And, and he came into the Republican primary in 2015, 2016, and basically said, y'all do it wrong, I'm going to take over. And did that and essentially has taken over the Republican Party to the point that longtime party members had to become independents to get elected, like Lisa Murkowski, the senator from Alaska. And so has a very tenuous relationship with Donald Trump. Now, you might remember that Lisa Murkowski was an iffy vote on the One Big Beautiful Bill. Lisa Murkowski, like Susan Collins and some other people, expressed some hesitation and some deep concern and, some real angst about the One Big Beautiful Bill. The One Big Beautiful Bill, a massive budget bill that does a number of things like cutting SNAP benefits, which is SNAP is a food assistance program that we have for folks to, have enough to eat.
Yes.
Cutting massive cuts in Medicaid, which, is a program that helps not just seniors, but also kids. Here in Arkansas, Medicaid program for kids is called Our Kids, AR Kids. And there are...
That's cute. Our Kids.
Yeah. Yeah. There are thousands and thousands of kids that rely on that coverage. My kids at various points in our time here in Arkansas have been on AR Kids. It's a bill that dramatically increases the budget for ICE to build new deportation or detention centers, like massively increases it by like $45 billion. It's a bill that cuts taxes on the wealthiest Americans and doesn't do much for everybody else. It's a bill that gets rid of green energy initiatives tax credits for getting an electric vehicle, converting to solar, or installing wind. Essentially all of the things, trying to save the planet. It's a bill that just gets rid of and sunsets and guts all that stuff.
All that.
So in the midst of the debate about all of this, there are a number of components of this bill that even Republicans not real excited about. And Lisa Murkowski, who caucuses with the Republicans, is an independent senator from Alaska, expressed her hesitation. And so she did what was necessary in her mind to secure her vote. Because she represents the people of Alaska, she went to, is it John Thune now, who's I don't even know, the leader of the majority in the Senate, went to the administration and went to Mike Johnson, all of it in Speaker of the House, all of it in the negotiation, said, basically, here's what I need. If you want my vote, you've got to exempt my state from all of this terrible stuff.
Yeah, here's what she has. I have it on a little list here. A 12-month window allowing for wind and solar projects to qualify for clean energy tax credits. Funding relief measures for food assistance and rural hospitals. Delayed cuts in SNAP and food, which is food stamps, and Medicaid for certain states, including hers, and certain populations. And oil and gas royalty sharing tweaks, providing for future revenue to Alaska incentives for energy development. She said, basically, we have to pass the bill because that's what good Republicans do. But I need these things to be in there. So she got them, Rob. They gave her the concessions.
She got them not for all Americans.
No.
She got them not on principle for what would be best for everybody, not for the common good.
Oh, I see what you did there.
She got them for the Alaskan good.
For her, for as she said in her statement, where she said it was an agonizing choice, she has a responsibility to her constituents to get the best she can for them.
And she does.
She's
not wrong.
She's not wrong. And she did. And now I will read this. Within days of the bill being signed into law on July 4th, 2025, Donald J. Trump, the president of these United States, issued an executive order directing federal agencies to strictly enforce termination of clean energy production and investment tax credits.
Strictly. That means everywhere but Alaska, right?
Everywhere. So she says I need this
everywhere.
In the bill. And then Donald Trump says, okay, put it in the bill. Now it's in the bill. Then he writes an executive order to unravel what's in the bill. He made the deal and then cheated her. And she said, I feel cheated. The executive order pulls the rug out from underneath the deal. Yeah. Honorable Senator Murkowski, what did you think Donald Trump would do? Do you think he only cheats and lies to his voters? Yeah. Do you think he only cheats and lies to his staff? Do you think he only cheats and lies to his wives? Do you think he only cheats and lies to the state of New York? Do you think he only cheats and lies to the Internal Revenue Service? Do you think he only cheats and lies to the what's the group that keeps track of the documents he keeps in his pants box? The
National Archive?
The director of the National Archives. Do you think he only cheats? And when it comes to you, Senator Murkowski, you think he's going to keep the deal?
Here. So
it might Senator be Murkowski, his character.
Yeah. Senator Murkowski, do you think you're better than Edward J. Friel Company? Who's a cabinet business that worked on the Trump Plaza Casino and never received their final payment for their work in 1984. Senator Murkowski, do you think you're better than the Paint Spot, a paint supply company that provided materials for Trump National Doral Miami Golf Resort renovations and never got paid? Do you think you're better than Joseph J. Magnolia Incorporated, a plumbing and heating subcontractor for the Trump International Hotel in Washington, D.C., that filed a mechanics lien in 2016 for approximately $3 million in unpaid work?
But by the way, say the name of that company again, because that was a
Joseph J. Magnolia Incorporated.
Wow, yeah, Joseph J. Magnolia Inc.
Yeah, he's got a lien on the Trump International Hotel in D.C. Hey, Senator Murkowski, do you think you're better than the AES Electrical Incorporated, which does business as Free State Electrical Construction Company? It's an electrical subcontractor for the Trump International Hotel in D.C. that has sued Donald Trump for $2 million in unpaid work. Hey, Senator Murkowski, do you think that you're better than the A&D Construction? It's a small Hispanic-owned construction company that's subcontracted on the Trump Hotel project in D.C., and it's filed a lien for over $79,000. Hey, Senator Murkowski, do you know why Donald Trump had to borrow Jeffrey Epstein's former plane when he was flying to, I don't know, one of the Dakotas? Idaho. It was because Trump Force One wasn't allowed to land in Idaho because the last time he landed in Idaho, he didn't pay his bill. Hey, Senator Murkowski, do you think you're better than all of the people in all of the restaurants at campaign stops where Donald Trump has promised to buy everybody's food and then just walked out? Senator Murkowski, this is who Donald Trump is. This is what he does. You never should have trusted him in the first place. All of the evidence was there. He screwed you over like he screwed over so many businesses, so many municipalities, so many people, and quite frankly, an entire country. Welcome, Senator Murkowski.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. This is what happens when you think you can deal with the man. He's a cheat and a liar. Now, for a lot of you, this stuff doesn't matter. What matters to you is golf. And you should pick up Rick Riley's book, The Commander in Cheat, which documents a lifetime of golf cheating. Because sometimes you cheat for the big things, and sometimes you just cheat for the sport of it.
You know, Doug, when I was in high school, our family often after we would eat dinner would, play a card game or something. We'd play Uno or, sit around and play Uno or some kind of card game. I would at times, go over to get a refill of water, and I would leave cards in, like the hand towel drawer, the tea towel drawer. And then later in the game when I needed those cards, I would once again, walk over there and get them.
You would stash cards over
Stash
at the sink.
cards. Oh, yeah. You mean,
Congressman, 3rd District of Arkansas.
Yeah. You know what I haven't done since I became an adult? Cheated a card game.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? Right. What do you want? And look, does Donald Trump give a Mar-a-Lago rat's ass about any of the wind credits in Alaska? No. Why did he pass the executive order? Just to stick it to the senator.
Oh.
There's no other reason. Who cares? What you got the big beautiful bill passed. You got all these benefits for the most wealthy people in the country who apparently are so fragile they really need the government's help. Yeah. They can't pull their billionaire selves up by their billionaire bootstraps. They really need the government helping them out here. You got it all. One little state wants to have one 12-month period of reprieve because they already have some renewable energies happening, and he signs an executive order just to do it.
Yeah.
Just to do it. Because if he's worried about fraud, waste, and abuse, well, we all know there wouldn't have been a parade on his birthday. When I was a kid, Rob, we took a trip to California.
Oh.
I'm guessing it was 1976-ish. I'm 12. My sister's 2 years older and streetwise. Back in the 1970s, middle 1970s, one of the more popular sunglass styles were the mirrored aviator sunglasses. I mean,
the Joe Bidens.
Yeah, but mirrored, silver, front silver face, full reflection.
Yeah.
Chips. We're talking poncho here.
Nice.
Yeah.
Poncho, yeah.
I mean,
Poncho, and what was his partner's name? Poncho and
Rick? Well, in the chat, let us know who's the Alex, we need you now. We see you were late, Alex, but we see we've got you here now. So let us know who was the other officer on Chips.
Okay.
They were very popular. And honestly, seeing myself wearing the new, fill-in Common Good podcast hat, I think, boy, a pair of mirrored aviators would really round out this look.
John Baker.
Was the actor or that was the character?
Ponch's partner in the TV show Chips was Officer John Baker, played by Larry Wilcox.
Ponch and John. Okay. Maybe called him Baker or something. My sister, on her car drive to California, we'd play cards in the back seat.
Street smart.
She would say to me, I think you look really cool in those sunglasses. You should wear them. Put them on. They look really great on you. I put them on because she thought that I looked really great in them, and I was 12. And I wanted to look great in my mirrored aviator sunglasses. Why do you think she told me to put the sunglasses on, Rob?
So she could see your cards.
So she could see my cards in the reflection. I was so blinded by how cool I thought I looked.
Well, joke's on her. You're walking through New York City, and now she's got to call out of a car to see you.
I walked right into it because sometimes you just want to feel like you're wearing the look.
Yeah.
And your 14-year-old sister is going to cheat you.
Yep.
And later in life, you're going to say to that sister, that's a great move. Honestly, that's legendary. Well done. I will talk about this for the rest of our days. That's an exquisite move of a young teen to a 12-year-old. Good trick.
Yep.
You know what? It's not a great trick? When you're the final vote to pass the worst legislation in 25 years. Lisa Murkowski, you're not 12. You don't need to look good and cool with all your Republicans. Because you're an independent, and you and all the other independents tell us there's a reason you're not in with the party, it's so you can stand for the truth when the party won't. And you didn't. Because your little punk 14-year-old sibling rickrolled you. Aviator mirror sunglassed you. Stashed the cards over by the sink to you. Rob, when you are a congressman, I know you will be streetwise. And you will not let these dirty Republicans cheat you.
That's right.
And look, the consequence to losing a card game with your family after dinner or in the back of a car driving to California in 1976 to celebrate the bicentennial of our nation is absolutely meaningless. Damaging the planet by removing subsidies for renewable energy, taking money from kids for food, literally stealing the lunch money.
Taking away grandma's insurance. Like, what? Like, let's think about the most dastardly things we could do. We're taking the kids' lunch money. We're taking grandma's insurance. And we're gonna
damage the earth.
Dirty air and dirty water.
That's what happened to you, Senator Murkowski.
Yeah. But
I feel like sending her off with a pair of mirrored aviator sunglasses. Just a personal,
like,
just a personal gift
these?
joke.
What?
Just
These?
Senator Murkowski, you know why you should wear these.
Yeah, he has lied and cheated everyone except you, Senator Murkowski.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to do that to you.
No, you negotiated a hard deal. You did the agonizing hard thing. Well done. Didn't last a week.
No.
Now, I do think that there's some SNAP benefits that some of the kids in Alaska will continue to receive for a little while longer than the other kids in the country. And I'm sure that makes you feel great. Because, Senator Murkowski, if you had voted no on that bill, all the kids would have kept their SNAP benefits. All the subsidies for clean energy would still be in place. All of them. So you said it's better some than all, and it's better none than all. Well done. Well done. I'm sure that's why you spend your time in what you deem to be public service.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob, on Thursday of this week, we're going to be a part of a live stream, the good people of Vote Common Good here, with a number of other groups and organizations. One called Turn Left and some democracy groups and a bunch of others, raising awareness and launching a sign-on letter asking people of good conscience, good faith, and law and order following Americans to raise their voice to put an end to these detention centers modeled after what Republicans want to call Alligator Alcatraz.
Yeah.
Not just detention centers, Rob. Monuments to cruelty.
Yeah.
So that's going to be happening wherever you're seeing this. You'll be able to see that live stream that we're doing, and we hope you'll tune in on Thursday. I think it's at 3:00 Central Time. I think that's right. It might be 4:00, somewhere in that ballpark. But wherever you're watching this, you'll have a chance to see all of that. So we'll talk more about those detention centers then. But they are really, really one of the more symbolic, harmful, results of Stephen Miller being the president of the United States.
Ooh.
It's really disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is. That's great. So, as the Epstein turns continues to... Oh, I'm locked up, aren't I?
No, you're here. We got you. Oh, boy. Okay, so here's what's happening, friends. Rob thinks he's locked out. He thinks he's frozen. It's just on his computer screen end. It's not on ours. So this is the kind of thrilling thing you find yourself tuning into this program for. Oh, now I think he's actually frozen. All right, we're gonna give Rob a little reprieve, and he will be back. He'll be back with us in a minute. Hey, by the way, Jim, I saw your comment on here wondering if you can order that hat. Yes, you can. From overlordcaps.com. Overlordcaps.com. That's the brand of the hat. Overlordcaps.com. Then they have a bunch of fun, silly hats like this that are really quite enjoyable. So yes, you can go ahead and pick up one of your own. We don't sell them through Vote Common Good yet. I'm sure this is somehow connected to, some royalty rights that are being paid, so there's no possible way we could sell them. We could buy them, put our own thing on them, and resell them to you for more money or something, but I don't think we will. We may end up having a few of them at our events, though, and actually charge a premium for people there. But anyway, that's what's happening on that front. Rob's going to be back with us in a minute. While he's not here, I want to say, if you go to Robb with 2 B's, Ryerse, Robb for Congress, Robb with 2 B's for Congress.com, you're going to get to his run. And look, Vote Common Good's going to be working in a whole number of races around the country to help flip Congress. It's going to be our primary work. Is all of our efforts, all the advocacy we do, all the conversations we do, all the recruitment we do, all of that, that's all going to be coming to focus in 50 congressional districts, because we want to flip 50 districts. 2018, it was a 40-seat gain. It needs to be 50 this time. 50 plus seats we hope are flipped. So we're going to be working with the candidates in those areas, helping them connect the faith voters. If you live in any of the places that are considered a red to blue district, flip district, and if you don't know what that is, you can look that up online. What are the Democrats red currently? There's a Republican in the seat. We're going to turn that to a Democrat being in the seat, called a red to blue flip. If you live in one of those places and you want us to come and work with you, we'd love to know, because we're coming to your district. But here's the thing about congressional districts, and you might all know this already. Land-wise, most of them are really big. Some of them are very, dense, like deep urban populations. You can have a very small number of miles. Robb's district that we were just in, I mean, it goes from the northwest border of Arkansas down to the river valley, like hundreds of miles, 150 miles or something crazy. Like I said to him, from Fayetteville, which is sort of in the middle, hey, how far is our drive to to this next event? How about 2.5 hours? Like, it's a massive amount of space. It's just, they're just enormous. So when we go into a district, then it may or may not be near your place, even if you live in the district. So if you live in any of these red to blue districts, or frankly, if you live anywhere, send a note through the Vote Common Good website, or just to my email, which is doug@votecommongood.com. Send an email, and we would love to figure out how to be connected to you. Now Robb is trying to get back in, and I'm trying to let him back in. Now he's gone into the very comments themselves and said, hey, let me back in. So hang on a minute. I got to do a little work with Robb here. I don't know why it's not letting him back in. See, here's what happens. He gets a link, like any of our guests, and then they call in that link, and then on the screen it pops up with an interviewer and a co-host screen. So I'm waiting for Robb to pop into that screen. I'm just going to say to you, I'm not sure why. Don't you love live streams? This is why we choose to do this as a live stream. Oh, boy. You know what you like to do on a Tuesday morning is watch a man type. Maybe this is like one of those videos that people have where they just do things for relaxation. They watch somebody paint a wall and it's just relaxing, or they watch people count plates. Maybe that's what this is. Watch Doug type messages to Robb, who has his messages. I don't know how to let Robb back in. I don't know what's happening on his end. I'm guessing we're still live because I'm seeing comments from Robb, and I can see that it looks like we're live here. All right. So we're going to be working in all these congressional districts. But many of these congressional districts, have, like Robb mentioned, I think he has 4 counties represented, parts of 4 counties represented in his district. So sometimes the space between them are just massive. So we'd love to be connected to you in that work, if that's something that you want to see us do. All right. Well, I think Robb's not going to somehow get back in. So I think we're going to call this. I think we're going to say we got in what we wanted. We were able to talk about his race. We were able to talk about Donald Trump cheating Lisa Murkowski, which for some reason, I'll tell you, friends, that just really is Donald Trump at his best. Sticking it to everyone. Even the senator who finally came around and did what he asked. Because she didn't do it in the way he wanted to, he used his power to punish. This administration is not about using its power to benefit the American people. It's seemingly all about using its power to punish those that Donald Trump wants to punish. Hey, by the way, in some good news, sounds like the Smithsonian Institute is going to be putting back in to their impeachment space demonstration. What do they call that? The place where they talk about impeachments. I've forgotten what that word is. They're going to, now in the matter of weeks, include, again, in the Smithsonian Institute, which is a place that cares about history, the fact that Donald Trump was impeached twice. Once for trying to bribe Ukraine to benefit his political campaign, and once for sending a mob of armed people to attack the United States Capitol on the day when Congress was going to certify the election of his opponent, Joe Biden. He was impeached for that too. Not convicted, because the Republicans will stick together while Donald Trump sticks it to them. And they stuck together, and he came back and stuck it to them. So that's how it goes in America. That's how it goes in Donald Trump's America. Eggs are still expensive. Friends and family, if you voted for Donald Trump because you wanted cheaper eggs, they're more expensive than Election Day. If you voted for Donald Trump because you wanted to see an end to the war in Ukraine, the war is raging. If you voted for Donald Trump because you wanted to see things wrapped up in the devastation that's happening between Israel and Gaza, the pain continues. If you voted for Donald Trump because you wanted to be sure that the border was secure, he's punishing people who've committed no crime. If you voted for Donald Trump because you wanted the economy to thrive, tariffs are costing people their livelihoods. It is a failed presidency that only succeeds in creating monuments of cruelty. We have something around 1,680 days till we'll do something about it. And we have to live through these hard times. And we have to protect those who are most vulnerable and most damaged. But we will find a way. We will find a way. And here's what we know. Winning one election doesn't solve the problem. Having one election be a proper response doesn't get us there. We need a movement of change that allows the millions of people in this country who thought Donald Trump was the solution to whatever problem they were paying attention to know that he and all the people like him, and it's not every Republican that's like him, of course not. Some of the Republicans, they're just weak. Some of the Republicans just got bamboozled. Some of the Republicans are just power hungry. But any candidate like Donald Trump, and it doesn't take much for someone to show who they are. Those people, they need to run into a movement in this country that finds it completely unacceptable. Shall we say criminal? I mean, if Donald Trump wants to get the criminals out of the country, he should grab his passport and head to the airport. Because he's a criminal. He's a convict. He's a charlatan, and he's the president of the United States. And in this country, where we tell the truth, we have to reconcile all of that. Does that mean that every voter who voted for Donald Trump is a convict and a criminal and a charlatan? No. Does it mean that many of those people felt like they didn't have a better choice? I think so. Did they have a better choice? I think so. Did they think they had a better choice? They didn't think so. So we need to do something about it. We're all in this together. That's why when you win somebody over, when you join someone as they're crossing, when you help someone moderate, when you help someone say, I just can't abide with the guy anymore, you're actually doing the work of stitching this country back together, and don't stop doing it. All right, y'all. Thanks for being a part of the Common Good podcast. New hat day around here. And just for those who just want to see it again, you will. You will. The blue hat will be back. All right. Thanks for being a part of this. Sorry you missed Rob for the last few minutes. I'm sure he is, doing all he can to try to get back on. We'll see Thursday for that live stream we're putting out, and then again next week. Thanks, y'all. Bye.